15 ways that unhealed childhood trauma shows up in your real life and in your business. All right. Rapid fire. One, always waiting for the other shoe to drop or people to prove how they are going to hurt you. Two is fixing others, including issuing ultimatums. All right. Trying to control how they be. Three is people pleasing, whether you're doing it at home or at work. Four is creating a moat, especially unconsciously, creating a moat between you, yourself, and securely attached people, especially by trying to avoid or predict or preempt or armor yourself against the hurtful things they could do to you, that things that have happened in your past, but things these particular people now aren't actually doing to you. Five is codependency. That means intervening between other grown ass people and the natural consequences of their behavior. Six is needing external validation to feel okay, including winning competitions in your industry, including, raises and promotions at work. Those are the kinds of things that keep you trapped in your zone of excellence so you can't come into your zone of genius and do what you really came here to do. Seven is trying to perform perfectly before you ship or hit publish in order to avoid unwanted things from happening to you, like criticism. Eight is living on high alert. Hypervigilance is freaking exhausting and is a brain drain. Nine is the fear of abandonment, including the fear of abandonment by employees and clients. 10 is chronically delaying or deprioritizing your own needs, even if those needs are like needs for creative fulfillment, meaningful work. And even if you're doing it in the name of your kids, don't put that on your kids. 11 is the need to prove yourself or prove your worthiness. So you add all these false prerequisites to your own dreams and desires. 12 is tolerating bad or abusive behavior from other people and just kind of like smiling and being nice to them. Sometimes that feels like home, doesn't it? 13 is sort of being a magnet that attracts narcissistic partners, employees, customers. This dynamic can even cause people to behave narcissistically toward you when they don't toward other people. All right. You can literally make someone a temporary narcissist energetically. 14 is having difficulty setting boundaries. 15 is creating crises and chaos and tolerating crises and chaos because they just feel like home. 16 is not being able to tolerate the discomfort of quote unquote negative emotions. So you spiritually bypass and you miss out on the messages and the energy your emotions are trying to get to you. 17 is feeling like you're going to die or vomit. So you avoid confrontation and you avoid hard conversations. And 18 is just fear, sheer fear, like sparked by any and everything you do that makes you feel even a little bit exposed or vulnerable, which definitely includes taking action on most of your ideas and inspirations and the desires that would fulfill your big dreams. So I need you to catch this principle. Processing trauma and healing trauma, integrating trauma are two different things. All right. Processing is rehashing, talking about it, often with other traumatized people. And just processing can actually keep the trauma alive in your system. It can reactivate trauma in your system, and it can actually cause you to attract into your experience, not victim blaming, without knowing what you're doing. It can cause you to become a magnet to more like that. Okay. But integrating trauma is like it actually revises the history. All right. It recalibrates your nervous system. It makes meaning of the trauma and integrates it into who you are in a way that you're not living in reaction to it. You're just a different, more spiritually mature, better with boundaries human because of it. It rewires your relational templates with the world. Integrating trauma takes time. It takes shadow work. So it takes courage because it's scary. But when you do it, it's like fresh snow falls over the ruts and the thought habits of your trauma brain. All right. And this is what self-mastery is. Self-mastery is not about disciplining yourself into some life of peak performance or conformity or uber productivity or some shit. Real success, real self-mastery is knowing and delightedly, deeply loving your true self and creating a life, including a business that aligns with who you really are, period. And your core trance, whatever it is, the 4 core trances are fear, scarcity, unworthiness, and trauma. Your individual core trance is the number one obstacle between you and real success. And the most common core trance is trauma.